lesson before Eid holidays. That particular lesson was basically a complementary topic that has to be a part of the books of prime entry, because wherever you encounter questions regarding the ledgers and the accounts, wherever the examiner demands you to prepare any ledger or account, you must all have a very comprehensive idea about the accruals and prepaids of the expenses and the income. Well, without wasting much of the time, you can all find out the worksheet, the document named as Practice Questions O3, 10th of August. That is the date today. I'm going to read out that worksheet and solve that worksheet, which is relevant to the topics that we have studied previously. Please put that worksheet in front of you. I'll be starting it. This worksheet says that Maria had the following assets and liabilities on 1st May 2014. Well, we have a list of 4 to 5 items which are either assets or liabilities. What is required? The first requirement says calculate the following owner's capital. Now, what is owner's capital? We all know owner's capital is the simple capital we talk about, and the formula for capital is assets minus liabilities, right? Now, in this question, if we could make a list of the assets, the first asset is your inventory. The inventory is worth 1950. Second is the bank, which is worth 550. Why is it an asset? Because it is debit written. Wherever it is debit written with the bank, it means it is a current asset. And the final one is fixtures and fittings. Fixtures and fittings are worth 1500. All right. On the contrary side, we have liabilities. I guess there are only 2 of them. The first liability is the amount payable to Midland Telecoms. The amount payable is worth 400. Okay. We then have a 5% bank loan, and the loan is worth 2500. So as far as the totals are concerned, the totals of both sides would be the assets are worth 4,000 and the liabilities are worth 2,900. We all know the formula, it's assets minus liabilities. So 4,000 minus 2,900, 1,100 is the value of the capital of Maria, the owner's capital. I hope this part is clear to everyone. It was very, very simply a simple part designed for your basic understanding, right? The second thing that is required is the capital employed. Now, what is capital employed? Capital employed is the sum of money that has been invested into a business. And what is the formula for capital employed? It has a very easy formula. Capital employed is owner's capital plus non-current liability. Okay. The owner's capital has just been found. It is 1,100, and we can witness that 5% bank loan written on the 4th number in the table is your non-current liability, that is worth 2,500. That means the total value of capital employed is $3,600. This is all about the A part of the question that we are out to attempt today. I hope it is clear to everyone. You can please note it down. And if you have any queries, I'll be getting back to you at the end of the lesson. Let's just move on with the question. Well, as far as the other parts are concerned, the other part says that the following related to the purchase of telephone services for the 3 months to 31st July 2014. Now, class, what is this all about? The other part of the requirement is about the telephone services that has been used by Maria, right? There are few transactions that took place within these 3 months that they have mentioned till 31st of July 2014. The first transaction says on 31st May, paid Midland Telecoms. Now, who is Midland Telecoms? आप ऊपर देख सकते हैं in the table on the second number, amount payable. Amount payable का मतलब है that Midland Telecoms is our liability. और वो क्यों हमारी liability है? Because we are taking services from them on credit. Credit पे services ले रहे हैं. That is why Midland Telecoms is our liability. Okay, what did we do on 31st? Paid Midland Telecoms balance on 1st May 2014 by check. On 1st May 2014, it is evident in the table that the balance on Midland Telecoms was $400. हमने उसकी payment कर दी कैसे? Through check. So what would be the entry that would be passed? इसकी entries हम साथ साथ pass कर लेते हैं. On 31st May, it would be Midland Telecoms. ये जो liability है वो खत्म हो जाएगी. उसको हम debit कर देंगे with 400. It's written that we made the full payment. और हमने कैसे payment की है? The payment has been made through check. That means our bank would be credited. Okay. The second one, on 26th of June, received a telephone bill from Midland Telecoms 1200. टेलीफोन का बिल हमें मिडलैंड टेलीकॉम से आया जिनसे हम सर्विसेज ले रहे हैं. नाउ ऑब्वियसली अगर वो बिल आया है अभी तक हमने पेमेंट नहीं की तो दैट मींस ये हमारी एक लायबिलिटी क्रिएट होगी. लेकिन लायबिलिटी कैसे क्रिएट होगी? वो क्रिएट होगी जब हमारा एक एक्सपेंस भी रिकॉग्नाइज किया जाएगा. तो टेलीफोन एक्सपेंस, बिकॉज इट इज रिलेटेड टू द टेलीफोन सर्विसेज, टेलीफोन एक्सपेंस जो है वो हमारा डेबिट हो जाएगा. कितने से डेबिट होगा? द एक्सपेंस इज वर्थ 1200 एंड ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी वी हैवंट मेड एनी पेमेंट टू मिडलैंड फॉर दिस पर्पस. तो मिडलैंड टेलीकॉम के नाम से एक मजीद हमारी लाइबिलिटी क्रिएट होगी वर्थ $1200. आई होप दिस एंट्री इज ऑल्सो क्लियर टू एवरीवन. एक तरफ an expense has been created, on the other side a liability has been created. Okay. On 15th of July, it says paid telephone bill received on 26th. 26th को हमने एक टेलीफोन बिल रिसीव किया था वर्थ $1200. उसकी हमने पेमेंट की है. ठीक है. अब वो पेमेंट हमने कैसे की उसके टर्म्स देख लेते हैं. वी पेड टेलीफोन बिल रिसीव्ड ऑन 26th of June बाय चेक लेस 2% कैश डिस्काउंट. अब यहां पर मिडलैंड हैज अलाउड अस सम डिस्काउंट. दैट मींस वी हैव रिसीव्ड अ डिस्काउंट. और वो कितना डिस्काउंट होगा पहले वो देखते हैं. द डेट इज 15th of July. ठीक है. 1200 into 2%. This figure should be something like 24. Okay. Okay. That means Midland Telecom would be debited by 1200. बैंक से जो हम अमाउंट अपनी क्रेडिट करेंगे उसमें से we will reduce the amount of discount that we have received. और वो कितना था? 24. So the leftover amount that we have paid is 1174 and the rest is gone or recognized, I must say, as discount received $24. This is the final entry that is going to be passed on 15th of July. Okay. On 31st of July, it says prepared an income statement for the 3 months to 31st July 2014. All right. It was estimated that $130 was owed. Now, we have to remember one thing, that the expense that we are talking about is telephone expense. Okay. Whenever expenses are owed, that means they are accrued. Expenses, if they are owed, that means they are yet to be paid. That means they are accrued. And whenever expenses are accrued, they are recorded as a liability. And a liability has a brought down balance to be recorded on the debit side and the CD balance to be recorded on the debit side. अब यहां पर वो कह रहा है कि it was estimated that $130 was owed किस डेट को? On 31st July 2014. It is written in the table. 31st July 2014 is your closing date basically, जिसके ऊपर आपका साल खत्म हो रहा है. That means it is your CD balance. So that 130 would be particularly recorded on the debit side of the telephone expenses account. ये हम आगे देखते हैं. Okay. This is our baseline working, the complete working that is required for the upcoming parts. Okay, now it says that prepare the following ledger accounts for the 3 months to 31st July 2014. मतलब इन 3 months के अंदर हमने जितनी transactions pass की हैं, we have to prepare ledger accounts for them. सबसे पहले किसका बनाना है? Midland Telecoms account. All right, simple as it could be. This is how a T account looks like. Midland Telecoms. Right. We can all see that the brought down balance of Midland Telecoms was, because it is a liability, it would be recorded on the credit side, and that was 400, right? उसके बाद यहाँ पर जितनी एंट्रीज हुई हैं जिसमें Midland Telecoms is being impacted, उसको हम ट्रांसफर कर देंगे अपने टी अकाउंट में. पहली एंट्री में Midland debit 400 because of bank. You can all tally this transaction. I hope it would be clear to everyone. Then again, on 26th of June, Midland Telecom credit 1200 because of telephone expense. And then again, Midland Telecom debit 1200 because of bank and discount received. Because of bank, 1176. Because of discount received, 24. If we try and tally the account, 1600 is on this side, 1600 is on this side. That means the account has been closed. There is no CD balance for this particular account. I hope it's clear to everyone. Please have a look on this account, this T account. I'll be erasing some part of the board on the upper side so that I can attempt the next ledger as well. So this was all about the Midland Telecoms account. The next account that is due to be made is, it's written, telephone expenses account, right? Please remember this thing, this 130 owed is to be recorded on the debit side, right? Okay. This is your telephone expenses account. Right. Let's have a look on the transactions that have been passed over here. First of all, telephone expenses account have been debited on 26th of June, 1200 because of Midland Telecom, right? Very right. Then the CD that was owed, $130. Why it is being recorded in the debit side? Let me repeat it once again. Expenses, whenever accrued, they are a liability. And liability has its opening balance on the credit side Liability has its closing balance on the debit side. This is the closing balance of the telephone expenses accrued amount. That is why it is recorded on this side. Now, what if we check all other transactions? We have no other transaction that is relevant to the telephone expenses account. Totaling this figure, it gives us a balance of 1330. That means the total expense that is going to be transferred and charged to the income statement as an expense would be 1330. That is it. I hope it's clear to everyone. Well, this is the end of the B part. We are now left with the final part of this question. That is again very much familiar, a very frequent question that is assessed by the examiner in majority of the attempts. Let's have a look on it. I'll be erasing the half of the part of the board for some sufficient and audacious space. Well, the final part says, the following were some transactions that took place in July. Acha, we have a table. We have 4 transactions on them. You can all see them. It says, complete the following table for the above transactions, naming the source document prepared by Maria and the book of prime entry used. Simply, हमने किसी भी transaction के लिए, which is narrated there in the table, we have to tell which source document as an evidence would be used and where would Maria be recording these in the books of prime entry. The table looks like something like this. Source document, all right, and books of prime entry. That's how it is. Right. Starting with the first transaction that was held on 5th of July, it says purchased inventory on credit. Now, wherever we make purchases, the source document that is used is purchase invoice. We all know it. Very right. And the book of prime entry is purchase day book or purchase journal. I hope it's clear to everyone. A very simple one. Then on 10th of July, it says goods returned by a credit customer. A credit customer has returned us goods. That means it is returned inwards for us. हमें customers ने good वापस भिजवाएं. हमारे लिए क्या हुई है? Return inwards. Wherever the customer sends us goods back, customer साथ भेजता है debit note. उसकी confirmation के लिए फिर हम कौन सा note produce करते हैं? We produce a credit note. All right. And obviously, it is a return from the customer. तो ये किस डे बुक में रिकॉर्ड होगा? रिटर्न इनवर्ड्स डे बुक में. रिटर्न इनवर्ड्स डे बुक. I hope it's clear to everyone. Then the next one is scheduled on 20th of July. Paid wages in cash. हमने wages पे किए हैं. किस तरह पे किए हैं? Cash पे पे किए हैं. तो simple as it could be, source document wages के लिए होता है हमारा, as I told you, wage sheet. This is one of the most favorite transactions that is being assessed almost in every question of accounting basics and books of prime entry. So pay some extra heed and focus to this type of entries. And obviously, ये कौन सी book of prime entry में record होगी? We all know it that whichsoever transaction has cash or bank in it, it is recorded in the cash book. Simple. Moving on towards our final transaction, that is on 25th of July. It says disposed fixtures and fittings on credit. हमने fixtures and fittings sale की हैं, okay. अब wherever we make sale, वो भी on credit, तो हमारा जो source document होता है, that is sales invoice. ठीक है, चाहे वो हम goods कर रहे हैं या हम नॉन करंट एसेट सेल कर रहे हैं. अब ये हमने गुड्स सेल नहीं किया. वी हैव सोल्ड अ नॉन करंट एसेट. डिस्पोज्ड का मतलब होता है सेल करना. Non-current assets, wherever they are sold on credit, are recorded in general journal. They won't be recorded in the sales day book. Why so? Because it is a non-current asset. Sales day book only records the sale of inventory or the goods which are bought with an intention to be resold. Whereas the non-current assets, like fixtures and fittings, they are not bought with an intention to be resold. Well, class, this is all about today's lesson. I hope the requirements that have been solved on the board, they are convenient enough and you can all understand them easily. If not so, and any inquiries or ambiguities in your mind, I'll be taking your queries in next 2 to 3 minutes. So see you in next 3 minutes. Thank you very much.